Hey, how's it going, folks? This is DJ at the Rabbit Squirrel Garage, and today we're going to work on some rust removal on this axe head. Now, I understand this is not garage related, it's an axe, but you can use this method for your tools if you've left a tool outside and for several months during the winter, and you find it eventually and it's rusted, through. So this process will work, and it'll work great. So what you do is we're going to take this, we're going to get rid of the rust that's on it using vinegar, and then we're going to brush it off and clean it up, and then we're going to do what's called a bluing. We're going to blue it so that it doesn't rust as easy next time. So yeah, if you want to see how that process works, stay tuned. Okay, we're going to start by putting a bunch of vinegar. I've got about a half a gallon here. It's just regular old distilled white vinegar. You can use any vinegar you want. Doesn't really matter. Or anything with a type of vinegar in it, Example would be mustard. You can use mustard. If you want to make a cool design in one, you want to use mustard. I can show you that in another video if you'd like to see it. But for right now, we're just going to fill this up with some vinegar. Drop this axe head in it. Alright, didn't quite cover it up completely, so we're going to cover it up completely. And then we're going to let that sit for a little while, and we'll come back and check on it in a bit. So here's what it looks like inside. It's completely covered, and that vinegar should start eating away at that rust. We'll come back and look at it and see. Alright, this has been here for about 20 minutes, and you can kind of see some bubbles built up on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush it real lightly. See what's going on. This is just a steel brush. Then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Come on, there we go. Oops. Alright. Alright, so some of this rust is already starting to come off. We just need to sit and wait some more. So let's do that. Alright, there it is. It's been sitting in this vinegar for about an hour now, and as you can see, all the rust is pretty much gone. I'm just going to wire brush a couple little spots that I see, but they're coming right off, so yeah. I mean, I can probably wipe it off with my finger, to be honest. Yeah, see, I can just wipe it off my finger. I don't need a wire brush, but I'm just using it because it's here in my hand. So, alright, so there it is. All the rust is off of this piece now. And this is, I can't remember what kind of steel that is. I know it's carbon steel, but maybe 1055. Might be 1055. It's made by a company called Cold Steel. So now what we're going to do is take this up and rinse it off, then dry it, and then we're going to apply our bluing agent. So yeah, we're getting there. Okay, now that we've got it cleaned off, I'm just going to use a little bit of steel wool just to get any residual rust off or anything that might be in our way. So let me put a glove on. Put gloves on, that way our oil from our hands doesn't get on it and mess up the bluing. So this is the bluing we're going to use. It's called let me see, right there. This is the bluing we're going to use. It's called Super Blue, made by Birchwood Casey, and it's for gun bluing, but it works great for what we're doing it for too. Using it for too. So there we go. Oh, and I put a link to this bluing stuff in the description, so it'll be down there for you. But yeah, so let's just steel wool it real quick and make sure we got everything cleaned and ready to go. And it looks like it is. I mean, I don't see anything wrong, so. And you can see some of it's already started rusting again since I mean, it's only been 20 minutes. And I've already got rust on it again. Alright, there it is. We've got that going, and steel wool we're done with. So now we just need to apply the glue, and what I do is I just use a paper towel. This blue agent doesn't work on stainless steel, just so you know. Or aluminum, doesn't work on aluminum either. So what we're going to do is get some on this napkin here, or paper towel, pretty liberal. Then we're just going to start applying it. There you go. Now you just sit and let that dry for a while. Alright, we've let that blue for about a minute. It doesn't take very long at all. I mean, I don't know if you can see here, but it's already a different color here than it was anywhere else. So what we're going to do is take some more steel wool. If I put it, there it is. And we're just going to go over it again real quick. Nice and light this time though. You know, don't go crazy with it. Just nice and light. Oh, I forgot to put my gloves on. Dang it. Put your gloves on so your oil from your hands don't get on there and mess up the bluing. Alright, looks pretty clean to me. Let's apply the bluing again. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to, oop, a little too much bluing there. See how it spilled onto the knife? Watch it, or the blade. Watch this. See that? So if you were to pour this straight on, it's going to make it really dark and blue. You can see it there. So that's kind of what we're going to have to do right now, I think. Get it nice and dark. The darker it is, the deeper this stuff has seeded into the metal and will help protect it against real rust corrosion. Wow, I went way overboard with this. That's fine though. This stuff's not cheap either, but whatever. It is what it is. Alright, now let's let that sit for a bit. Only needs to sit for a couple minutes. The longer you let it sit, the bluer it'll get, but it'll reach a saturation point at some time. So, to where it's just kind of pulled off no matter what. Then all you do is take it. Once you get this done, once this is done, we're going to take it upstairs and run it under cold water, and that's it. It's called the cold bluing process. So, yeah, let's let that dry a little bit. We'll be back. Alright, and that's what it looks like when we're all done with it. You can see there's a lot of bluish, rainbowy kind of look to it, and once you're done applying it, you let it dry, you just take it up and rinse it with hot water, and once that's done, you let it dry again, and then you come down and you just clean it up with some steel wool. Easy enough to do. You can see how well it goes. And you don't buff hard, you just real lightly. You're just getting this excess coating off, any excess coating. See, that cleaned it all up. Same here. Not hard, just enough. Again, not hard at all. Just barely get it going. You're just barely rubbing it. Okay, and that's it. That's what it looks like when you're done. So you can use this for a lot of things. Let's say you got a piece of metal on the inside of your car that you don't necessarily want painted. You could definitely do this with it, and it'll stop it from, you know, the rusting from just the moisture in the air. You could do this on all kinds of things, bolts, you know, just any piece of metal, any piece of, you know, non-stainless, non-aluminum metal, and it's all you need. And this will stop it from rusting for the most part. It's not 100%, but it'll definitely delay the process. Okay, well, that's it. We've cleaned the rust off this. We've blued it so that it will be less likely to rust. It's not rust preventive. It's not going to stop rust completely, but it's definitely going to slow the process down and give you time should you forget it. Let's say you left it out overnight in the rain. As long as you get it quick, it should be fine. This is a hobby of mine. I make tomahawks and axes and things like that. These are made by Cold Steel, and they're really fun to just play with. So if you, I'll put links to the bluing agent and these tomahawks down in the links in the description. So check it out. They're fun to play with. You know, I realize it has nothing to do with the garage, but it's still fun. So, alright, I'm going to let it go there, and if you guys enjoyed the video, please click the like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.